It's Wednesday, April the 13th, King of the Mountain State Show, presented by the Dutch Miller Auto Group. I'm Chase Hill, and I'm sitting here today with a newcomer to our tournament in the heavyweight division, is Tyler Ruble. Tyler, tell me, I said that right? The last name gave me a little trouble last time.
Yeah.
All right.
You
Hey,
said
man,
it right.
thanks for joining me on this, not just the show, but getting in this event. For those of the fans that are just now getting familiar with, tell a little bit about where you live at, where you train, that kind of stuff.
I was born and raised in Princeton, West Virginia. I started training with Derek Lambert at Advantage Martial Arts back in, I want to say October, I believe is whenever I started training. I don't have any ring experience as far as, fighting competitively. I tried to train 3 years ago and I wasn't committed, and I knew that, this sport takes a lot of commitment, and because nobody wants to go in there and get beat up every time they turn around.
Yeah, I say it all the time. It's not baseball. You can't go out and play it every now and then. Like if you're going to do it and do it at a high level, it's something you got to do all the time. What happened back in October? What was the moment for you that you decided to get in there and go after this?
Well, I'm a big Christian, so I go to church and I pray about a lot about my purpose and what I'm supposed to do as I guess as a leader and as a role model I got 3 kids. So, I have a lot of motivation going into this, but I prayed about it. And, around here, minus Derek and a few other guys, like, people don't believe they can go and do absolutely anything they want to. So to me, this is my opportunity. This is my chance to prove to everybody that you can be whatever you want to be at any given time. It just takes the right mindset, the right commitment, and you just have to literally go head first into it. You can't, oh, well, I'll pause here and, maybe take a break. No, you got to be fully committed regardless. No matter what it is, anybody can do anything.
And, I have a pro now that was an amateur, a heavyweight, Matt Adams, and his message has always been that same thing. Is there was times in his life where maybe people didn't think he was going to achieve a goal, success, or get to a level that he was going to. And he just wanted to show people that he could do it and that they could do it too. The same thing you're talking about. You really set your mind to it and put a goal out there, no matter who you are, where you're from, you can go get that, but it's going to take hard work. And in the boxing game, it is definitely hard work. A lot of time in the gym, a lot of time sparring. Tell me a little bit about what it's like being there with Derek and Jeremy and Rick and all those guys there, Bobby Freshness. I know that there's a bunch of them, Ladre, in and out of Advantage MMA. Tell me what it's like there with the guys.
The atmosphere here is, it's incredible. It's nothing. Whenever I first came here, I wasn't necessarily intimidated by it, but I was like, man, this is the real deal. Like, it's very humbling here. It's, they always want you to be better from Saturday to Saturday or from Monday to Monday. They want you to be better. It's constant. Hey man, what are you working on? Or are you getting workouts in? Are you doing what you need to do? You want to compete? Are you being, strategically smart about this? Like, what can we do to help you? They're always there to help build your morale up, for one. And for two, wake up every Saturday knowing you're going to get into a fight when you come in here to spar. And they encourage you. They don't, like, if you have a bad spar day, all right, well, be better next week. You got to humble yourself. And these guys really know how to do that and allow you to make mistakes, but also allow you to better yourself in the sport.
Yeah. And, in a sport that has a lot of bad guys, in a sport that's got some characters in it that you might avoid, what a great place that you go to train. I mean, those guys Brett Summers and Jeremy Mitchell, and I could go through the whole list there with Derek and all of them. Like they're good guys. Like that's the kind of people you want to be around, where you can maintain a good Christian lifestyle like you're doing, be a family man, get the training and stuff you in without having to really be exposed and spend too much time. I know some gyms that I've had fighters go to, and it's just not been the vibe for them. So I'm glad you got that right there in Princeton to go work
Yeah.
out.
Yeah, these guys are great, man. They really do, like, top of the line. Like, there's nobody else I'd rather train with.
Yeah, and I've been in that gym. He's got all the equipment and everything that you need. What's everybody thinking about at home? What's the kids and the wife and everybody thinking about dad getting in the ring there? Now he's going to be a boxer.
The kids, man, they love it. You know, I have a heavy bag and stuff set up at the house, and they're just like ecstatic, over the moon. Anytime that boxing's on, we're watching boxing. And the kids, you know, they feed into it. You know, they like it, they enjoy it. And you know, I played team sports and stuff as a kid growing up, all the way up through high school. And I told my wife, I said, if there's anything that I could go back and change, I probably would have never played on a team sport. I probably would have started boxing at a young age, because this sport it's on you. If you lose, it's up to you. It's not up to your coaches. Oh, well, I called the wrong play. No, it is 100% up to you. If you lose, you lose. And if you win, good job. Work harder. Win the next time. You know, and my wife, she's like, you know, nobody wants to watch their husband get punched in the face. But she is also, you know, she's very supportive. My wife is, bar none, like, you need to be at the gym. You need to do this. You need to do this. What do you need as far as your diet plan goes? Blah, blah, blah. All ins and outs. My wife is constantly my number one supporter, and she's had my back from the beginning, and she'll continue to have my back. I have no doubts.
That's great to have that group there. And like you said, a one-on-one sport. I mean, it's cliche, but boxing's a lonely sport. MMA is a lonely sport. Like you're in there by yourself. If you start having a bad day, the other guy isn't going to care about that, and he's going to be on you. There's nobody else to hand the ball off to or to put into pitch or whatever. Like it's still you on the good days and bad days.
Yeah.
One thing I was a little taken back was you and I have talked a little bit, but not a whole lot. And one of the things that we talked about kind of briefly there was your mentality in this is that you're in it to win it. You're not in King of the Mountain State to go in and put a show on in Madison only. This is something where you're training as if that you want to be there in the end when this thing's over.
Yeah. Whenever it comes championship time, I'll be the one that's at the end, you know, victorious. This is not a hobby. This is a lifestyle, and I've adapted myself to that lifestyle, and now I'm ready to go. From here, it's sky's the limit.
And I haven't seen there's been no cockiness to it or no overconfidence. You've just been steadily, consistently confident in yourself because you're putting in the work. And when you put in the work, you start to see that. Derek and I had a 30-second conversation about you about a month and a half ago. We had about a 30-minute conversation about you about a week ago, because you've came so far and you're putting the time in. You've got Derek excited about it. And, you know, Derek's my boy. So when he starts getting excited about it, I start getting excited about it. And it's, you know, it's awesome. The first round matchup, and the fight we're talking about is coming up this Saturday down in Boone County in Madison, West Virginia, at the Madison Civic Center. It's round one of the 2022 King of the Mountain State Amateur Boxing Tournament. Your first round matchup is with James Dodd. James Dodd, I've seen him. He fought on my show in December. Low center of gravity, big guy, good balance, walks forward, very active, southpaw. He's got more of an MMA approach. The way his style is more of an aggressive fighter than it is a pure boxer, but he's relentless. He stays on you. He pressures you. Eli Kerr was bigger than him, but he stayed in Eli's face. I thought they were both successful at different times. Didn't know who was going to win. Dodd had a good fight. So I don't think, you know, you coming into this with limited boxing experience. Dodd does not have that much boxing experience either, but he's going to push the pace. I know from what I've seen in him, he's a tough guy. Have you gotten a chance to watch maybe his fight on King of the Mountain State last year or anything? You've gotten to see kind of who you're going up against?
A little bit, but I haven't. You know, it's like any game plan can change. And the mentality that I've had to have about this is I kind of want to go into this blind. You know what I mean? I kind of want to go into this and not anticipate, because I'm the type of person that if I anticipate something, if it don't go the right way, I'm going to be flustered.
Right.
I don't want to be in that situation. I want to stay confident from round one till the end of the fight, whether it ends in round one or it ends in round three. I want to stay confident and not hang my head on, well, that game plan didn't work. What do I do now? It is what it is. Like you said, it's a lonely sport. I'm in there. I can listen to my coaches, but ultimately it's up to me to make the right decisions.
I've seen a lot of good fighters kind of stumble out of the gates in that first, second fight before they get their composure and really able to move forward. That's the biggest obstacle for you on Saturday, is to keep your cool, is to be calm, is to realize you've put in the work. Like, this should not be anything more than what you've been doing already. It's just, you got to bring your best game, and I know that you will. So come Saturday down in Madison, you keep your cool and go to work. And I think you and James Dodd is a great fight. That's a great fight. What an awesome even matchup to start. It's going to be exciting for the fans. Who's going to be in your corner that night working with you?
As far as I know, it'll be Derek and Brett and Jeremy, possibly.
Right.
I'm not 100% sure. I know Derek 100%.
Yeah, that's a good crew to have in your corner.
And like I said, I have all of my belief is in them guys. They've taught me, and they've kind of taken me under their wing to show me the ins and outs. They've hard sparred with me so many times and humbled me. And this, if you are not humbled by this sport, it will humble you eventually. Mm-hmm. Whether it's at the end of your career or it's now at the very beginning of my career, I'm blessed to be where I'm at. These guys have really, really showed me love these last 6 months.
Well, and as you go forward, you've got the Bobby Freshnesses and the Ladre Stallworths and stuff there in town too, that you'll be able to get some work and stuff in if you haven't already. But hey, man, we're excited for you. We're excited for the event. It's in my hometown. I haven't gotten to put an event on there in like 7 years. So it's awesome that we get to go back there. I'm glad you're a part of it. Give me some shout outs. Let's let the people know you're thankful, the people that's supporting you, and we'll do that before we wrap it up.
I just want to, shout out to the gym first and foremost, Advantage. That, like I said, those guys are great. They're always there. My family, my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. My children, they're huge. They push me forward. Shout out to King of the Mountain State for allowing me to be here, allowing me to take this opportunity, and all the guys I've trained with from day one. Shout out to those guys. I'm really thankful to be where I'm at.
Well, and like you mentioned, but how supportive your wife has been through this whole process, and she's going to, that's that number one job. And I'm glad you got that. That's what a great support group that you've got. Hey man, the fight's just a few days away. It's Saturday in Madison. We're excited about it. Tickets are on sale all over our page. You can't miss the links. Everybody get your tickets. Come watch Tyler do his thing. Ruble and Dodd, it's going to be awesome, man. Thanks for talking with me.
Yeah, man. Thank you.
All right. We'll see you soon.